We're building up to match number 26 of the Indian T20 League. It's Hyderabad taking on Rajasthan. Both teams who've blown hot and cold so far in this tournament, but two experts who are always in supremely red-hot form are Mandira, Lalvani and Ayaz. Memon, Mandira, Ayaz, welcome to another preview.
Thanks, Anubhav. Yeah, looking forward to this Super Sunday.
Likewise, brilliant to have you. Ayaz, we'll kick things off with you. So why don't you set the tone for the discussion, and then we can go into your player picks after that as well.
Well, so first things first, I just want to correct your, the opening remark about the two teams, because they're not going evenly, actually. Rajasthan have been struggling very badly. They've lost 4 matches in a row. And what's actually happened is with Hyderabad, after having lost their first 2 matches, they're on the upswing. So, there is the momentum we can make out with which team. It's certainly with Hyderabad. And the good part about this team is that the top order is working. Warner Bairstow, very destructive as we've seen. One of the best performing opening partnerships in this India T20 League, along with Rahul and Agarwal and, some of the others that we've seen. But certainly they are winning matches, and that's the big difference, unlike Rahul and Agarwal. So I think the solace for Rajasthan could be that Ben Stokes is going to make his appearance. In all likelihood, we don't know if some last-minute hitch crops up, but certainly after, he had a quarantine issue till the 10th, which is over. And he could be the inspiration, or, they'll be looking at him for inspiration to try and turn things around. Otherwise, it's just not happening for them. My players for this match, just to come, cut to the chase quickly. For Hyderabad, David Warner, captain and batsman. I had to pick between him and Bairstow, but I chose Warner because of the leadership has become so important, captaincy in this format. Rashid Khan, you can't leave him out at all. He's amongst the most economical bowlers in the tournament, and also he's a big threat. Even if he doesn't take a wicket, 4 wickets for 4 overs for 20 runs is a match-winning performance. And then there's T. Natarajan. I've been very impressed by this young man, because he's just taken on the burden of, Bhuvaneshwar, so to speak. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar missing because he's injured, he's out for the season. So Natarajan knows now he has to be, performing for this team right till the end. And some players might crumble under that kind of pressure. This guy seems to have got broad enough shoulders to accept it. For Rajasthan, their best performing player has actually been Jofra Archer. He's creating the situations where Rajasthan remain in the match or get a foothold into the match only to be squandered away by the batting. Then there's Rahul Tewatia. I thought the 30 runs of 1 over of Cottrell may have been a one-off, an aberration. But he's shown very good strike power. Obviously he's got some, he's got a restricted number of strokes, not too many. The range is not wide. But when he gets the ball onto the bat, onto the ball, it goes out of the ground. That much is clear. And then the third player will have to be Ben Stokes, because I can't pick Butler, Smith and Samson, because frankly they've been a letdown for their team. So Ben Stokes perhaps could inspire a turnaround.
Thank you, Ayaz. Over to you, Mandira.
Very, very well put, of course, as always, by Ayaz. Let me start with Hyderabad. Like you mentioned in the beginning, they are the team that has blown hot, blown cold, and they seem to be in the red-hot direction now in a good way, and I hope it's onwards and upwards for them. The players I would look out for here are definitely Johnny Bairstow. He missed his stun by 3 runs in the last match. He's been in superb form. Johnny Bairstow for sure. Like Ayaz said, David Warner definitely as a captain is a player also. He was the first one to score a half-ton in this edition of this T20 League. But from then on, we've seen some good performances, but we haven't seen that fiery, feisty Warner out yet. I don't think he's shown us what he's capable of till now at all. Rashid Khan, of course, you just cannot leave him out if you talk of the Hyderabad attack, because he is key. He is the fulcrum, I feel, for that team, who just, he's that stalwart, and he's the one who's capable and he's delivering those steady, consistent performances that are match winners for them. So Rashid Khan for sure. As far as Rajasthan is concerned, the top order is just not firing. And after the last match, there was a press conference in which it was very obviously stated, and the numbers showed it, that the bowlers did really well. They managed to restrict the opposition to a decent score on a wicket like Sharjah, which is a batting wicket, a scoring wicket. However, Steve Smith's reaction was a bit interesting, because he didn't give bowlers that kind of credit. In Ulta, he said maybe they gave away 10-15 runs too many. Not coming down heavily on the batting order, which really is where the fault lies at this point in time. So definitely in one bracket is the top of Steve Smith, the Sanju Samson, and there's Josh Butler. There's too much pressure on Butler, I feel, because Samson and Smith have not been able to fire. Like Ayaz said, 4 matches on the trot is what they've lost, and that is a difficult spot to come out of, even psychologically. Jofra Archer has been incredible. He has been very, very key, very, very decisive. He'll be he was key in the early dismissals against Delhi, which is a very formidable side, and against Hyderabad again, which is very top heavy and reliant on their top order. It'll be interesting to see how Jofra Archer, is played, or how effective he is in dismissing that top order. And Yashasvi Jaiswal, a player who is a youngster. He's shown a lot of promise in under-19. He's still in that transition mode. He does flourish as an opener. That's his comfort zone. And maybe it's time to experiment a little bit and give him that slot. And maybe Smith should come down. So it'll be interesting to see what they do there.
Thank you so much, Mandira. Ayaz, which team do you see coming out on top? And would love to know your reason as well.
This is the problem part, because you end up putting a foot in your mouth, like it happened between, when we discussed Chennai and Bangalore. I thought Chennai had more resilience, more experience, greater knowledge of how to win matches, and how badly they bombed. So I'm completely hesitant to write off Rajasthan entirely. But I mean, I just feel that the momentum is so strongly with Hyderabad that it'll take something extra special from Rajasthan to get the better of them. So I'll pick Hyderabad.
I'm tempted to go with you, but just to, keep things a bit interesting. So on a good day, and Rajasthan has the firepower, on a good day, they can be a very formidable side. And we have Ben Stokes coming on. That's going to be a game changer, hopefully. Let's see how that goes. So just for this match, let me say, chalo, Rajasthan.
Sometimes losing can become a habit, just as winning can become a habit. Something, we've seen that with Punjab. The match that they lost, by 2 runs, they should have walked through that game. But they lost by 2 runs because you just don't have that self-belief. If that is the case with Rajasthan, even if they are in a good position, you end up squandering. That's the problem. And the other teams which are winning, like Hyderabad or Bangalore, certainly Kolkata, they hung in there, got a little opening, and then just grabbed the opportunity. So, let's see.
It's dangerous. That complacency, that resignation is very, very dangerous. And that's where Punjab seems to have found itself. Hopefully, Rajasthan will be able to bring itself out. Like you said, Ben Stokes is coming in. You need that little chingari, that extra, the little thoda kuch naya josh. So maybe he brings it with him.
I must say, I love the very civil back and forth between the two pundits, Ayaz Memon and Mandira Lalvani. Thank you so much, Mandira. Thank you so much, Ayaz. Both are experts divided here on either side of the aisle, but do let us know which side of the aisle you find yourself in. And thanks again for having joined us for another episode of Cricket Pundits. And we look forward to your company for the next one as well. Until next time, take care.